Have you ever pondered how aging transforms not just our bodies but our very perspective on life? As we enter our later years, we face harsh truths that challenge the comforting narratives we held in youth. In today's video, we're diving deep into 7 essential tips for navigating the complexities of old age. These aren't just sweet platitudes. They are hard-hitting realities that can help you reclaim your dignity, respect, and inner peace. Why should you stick around until the end? Because each of these insights has the power to reshape how you view your relationships, your happiness, and even your self-worth. You'll learn how to protect yourself from those who may take advantage of your vulnerability, discover the importance of prioritizing your own needs over others' expectations, and understand how to break free from toxic dynamics, no matter where they come from. Additionally, we'll explore how to let go of past regrets and embrace the wisdom that comes with age. If you want to live your final years with purpose and fulfillment, this video is a must-watch. So, stay tuned as we unlock the secrets to living a life of authenticity and joy in your golden years. If you are not subscribed, I recommend subscribing and activating the notification bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support means a lot to me, and if you enjoyed this video, you can help me continue spreading the valuable lessons by liking and sharing it. If you like the topic of this video, please comment 1. If you don't, please comment 0 to let me know how I can improve and make better videos for you. Now, let's begin. The first tip is, do not blindly trust everyone who approaches you. This may sound like common advice, but as we grow older, it takes on a much deeper significance. With age, loneliness can start to feel like an ever-present companion. We long for meaningful connections, for people who bring light and companionship into our lives. Yet, ironically, it's this very need for connection that can make us vulnerable. The unfortunate reality is that not everyone who enters our lives comes with pure intentions. As we age, we may also become softer in some ways, more empathetic, and eager to believe the best in others. And some people recognize this, people who understand exactly how to manipulate that kindness, sensing when we're most fragile and knowing how to twist our emotions for their benefit. Perhaps you've noticed this pattern yourself. Someone you thought was a friend only seems to be around during your struggles, during moments when you feel isolated or vulnerable. They're there with open arms and words of comfort. But if you think back, maybe you realize they disappear whenever things are going well for you. It's almost as if they thrive on your need for them, on being a part of your life when you're feeling low, when you're searching for support. And the sad truth is that sometimes, these people are not looking to give, they're looking to take. There's a particular pain in realizing that not everyone in your life truly values you for who you are. Some may just be seeking what they can get from you. This might come in different forms: financial support, favors, or simply the satisfaction of knowing that they have some form of control or influence over you. Have you ever noticed how certain people appear in your life at convenient moments, when they stand to benefit from your vulnerability? Perhaps a family member who frequently asks for money when they sense you're feeling generous, or a friend who subtly pressures you into helping them when they know you're too kind to say no. But this isn't a call to live in a state of suspicion or distrust, shutting yourself off from potential connections. Rather, it's a reminder to cultivate discernment and mindfulness. We can learn to be more selective about who we allow close, and this requires us to listen carefully to our instincts and to notice patterns in people's behavior. It's about being able to say no when something doesn't feel right, to put boundaries in place, and to protect the things that are truly ours: our peace, our stability, and our self-respect. Guarding your heart and protecting your mental and emotional well-being becomes essential as we age, not just to avoid hurt, but to ensure the time we have left is spent in a state of contentment. We owe it to ourselves to be surrounded by people who value us sincerely, and who lift us rather than drain our energy or take advantage of our kindness. Imagine looking back on your final years, feeling a sense of calm rather than regret. Wouldn't you rather have fewer but truer friends, people who stand by you because they genuinely care? The key to this lies in learning to trust, but to do so wisely. Develop the ability to question without losing faith in humanity altogether. It's perfectly okay to take your time, to observe how people act over the long term, to see if their actions match their words. True friends, true connections, will understand and appreciate your boundaries. Those who don't likely didn't have your best interests at heart to begin with. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 1 below to let me know that you are still here with me. So, as you navigate the years ahead, remember that while we all want companionship, it's the quality of those connections that matters most. Trust, yes, but trust with care. Question motives, notice patterns, and protect your peace fiercely. When you do this, you'll be creating a life filled with relationships that enrich you rather than drain you. And that's a gift you give not only to yourself, but also to the true friends and family who love you for exactly who you are. The second tip is to stop living to please others, especially your family. I understand just how difficult it is to accept this truth. It feels uncomfortable, even harsh, to say out loud. But the reality is that so many of us spend our lives bending to the wishes and expectations of others, our children, our grandchildren, and our spouses. We devote ourselves tirelessly to ensuring their happiness, sometimes believing that this endless sacrifice is the purest form of love. But here's the hard truth. When we constantly prioritize others at the expense of ourselves, that sacrifice becomes less a sign of love and more like a prison. Think about it. When you reach this stage in life, shouldn't it be your time to rest, to finally nurture your own needs and dreams? But instead, that pressure to meet others' expectations only grows heavier. This weight, this unrelenting demand to always be available, to constantly put your dreams on the back burner, it doesn't fade away with time. It intensifies, tightening around you like invisible chains. And these expectations, they're often unspoken, assumed, yet deeply felt. But who gave anyone the right to expect that you'll always be there to sacrifice your happiness? Is that fair to you? Have you ever stopped to truly ask yourself, why, after all I've done, do I still feel this lingering emptiness, this nagging feeling that something is missing? After decades of giving your all, your heart, your energy, your precious years, why does this ache for fulfillment remain? Because here's the reality. No matter how much you give, there will always be more that others want from you. And as you continue to pour out your time, finances, energy, and even your health to make sure they're happy, have you ever asked yourself, who is looking out for me? Have you ever permitted yourself to wonder what it would be like if you, just once, put your happiness first? The truth is that some family members can begin to rely on the elderly as a constant source of emotional, practical, or financial support, often without realizing just how much they are asking of you. They take, sometimes without even a second thought, expecting you to be there, to sacrifice for them, and not even considering the impact it might have on your well-being. They assume that your time, your energy, and your resources are theirs to lean on. But what do you gain from it? Often, not much more than a simple thank you, or worse, an expectation that you'll keep giving without question. What happens when you need support? Who's there to carry you? It's often in these moments that you see just how much you've given, and how little you've received in return. This stage of life should be about reclaiming yourself, about nurturing your passions, doing the things you've always dreamed of but set aside because there were others to care for and responsibilities to manage. It's a time when, instead of giving endlessly, you should feel free to embrace the things that bring you joy and fulfillment. And there is no shame in that. There is no reason for guilt. Breaking free from these deeply ingrained expectations is not selfish. It's self-preservation. It's reclaiming your right to happiness and peace. If the people in your life truly love and respect you, they will understand. They will encourage you to put yourself first, to embrace this hard-earned freedom. And if they don't understand, then that is something they need to work through on their own. You have done more than enough. You have given more than your share. It is not selfish. It is simply just to seek happiness now. You deserve, now more than ever, to live without the weight of others' expectations. So here's my heartfelt plea. Stop living solely for others. Embrace this chapter as your own. You have spent years, perhaps even a lifetime, giving of yourself, nurturing others, and putting your dreams on hold. Now, it's finally time for you to receive. To live unburdened by expectations, unchained by obligation, to live in joy, peace, and freedom. You have earned it. This is your time to reclaim the life you deserve, without guilt, without fear, and with the love and respect for yourself that you have so freely given to others. The third tip is, don't be afraid to distance yourself from toxic people, even if they are part of your family. For many of us, family represents an unbreakable bond, a sense of belonging, a part of our identity. However, as we journey through life, we inevitably encounter difficult relationships, even among those closest to us. This can lead to an immense inner struggle between maintaining these connections for the sake of family loyalty and honoring our own mental and emotional health. It's a dilemma that can feel impossible to resolve because the weight of guilt, obligation, and societal expectations is so heavy. When we're young, we might tolerate mistreatment more easily because we believe there's time to change things, time to heal old wounds. But as we grow older, it becomes painfully clear that time is finite. How often have you endured hurtful words, manipulative games, or blatant disrespect simply because you felt it was your duty to stay connected? Society loves to tell us that family is everything, that we should forgive, overlook, and endure anything to keep that family bond intact. And sometimes, even our inner voices echo this idea, whispering that unconditional love means accepting every flaw, every offense, every harm. But here's the brutal truth. Family bonds should not come at the expense of your well-being, and there's nothing unconditional about enduring behavior that damages your spirit. Imagine a scenario that might sound familiar. A child who constantly criticizes or dismisses you, a grandchild who only reaches out when they need money or support, or even a spouse who, after years together, no longer treats you with the kindness or respect that once defined your relationship. These situations can be devastatingly painful, especially when they're coming from those who are supposed to be our haven. And yet, sometimes the most compassionate act of love we can show ourselves is learning to let go of these toxic connections, despite how deeply they're rooted in our lives. As difficult as it is, this choice becomes especially crucial as we age. The reality is that our mental and emotional health are sacred, and no relationship, no matter how deeply entrenched in our history, should ever undermine that. Aging isn't a period where you should become a silent martyr, swallowing insults or tolerating mistreatment in the name of keeping the peace. It's quite the opposite. Getting older can be a time to focus on serenity, to cultivate relationships that genuinely bring you happiness, comfort, and companionship, not those that fill you with stress, sadness, or resentment. Imagine the impact on your life if you were to draw clear boundaries that put your well-being first. How freeing would it be to no longer feel the weight of judgment or negativity hanging over you? Picture a life where you are surrounded by people who uplift you, who respect you, and who bring genuine joy into your days. By setting these boundaries, perhaps the most important boundaries you'll ever set, you can create space for the relationships that truly matter, for the people who genuinely care about you. At this stage in life, every single day is precious. You deserve to spend your time with people who see your worth, and who value you for the person you are, not for what they can get from you. It's time to shake off the myth that family means endless sacrifice, endless tolerance, and endless swallowing of hurtful words and behaviors. Family can be a beautiful, supportive presence in our lives, but only if it's built on mutual respect, love, and kindness. When those elements are missing, it's okay. No, it's essential to consider stepping back to protect the peace you've worked so hard to cultivate. Setting boundaries or even choosing distance is not an act of betrayal or selfishness. It's an act of self-preservation, an act of recognizing that your mental and emotional health is sacred. You have a right to a life filled with people who cherish you, not those who make you feel small, unappreciated, or used. Remember, your happiness and well-being are your responsibilities, and that's a beautiful truth. No one, not even family, has the right to trap you in a cycle of guilt, manipulation, or toxicity. You are worthy of love, respect, and happiness, and sometimes The strongest love you can show yourself is choosing to walk away from relationships that no longer serve you. So take a deep breath, trust in your right to peace, and know that by setting these boundaries, you're creating space for the joy, serenity, and genuine connections you truly deserve. It's never too late to choose a life where you are valued, respected, and at peace, because that, above all, is the life you are meant to live. The fourth tip is to stop waiting for others to recognize your sacrifices. Take a moment to reflect on all the times you've put others before yourself. Whether it was your children, your partner, your parents, or even friends. Maybe you gave up dreams, set aside personal goals, or let go of things that once mattered deeply to you, all because you thought, someday, they'll realize what I've done for them. It's a beautiful idea that one day they'd look at you with gratitude, see the sacrifices you've made, and thank you wholeheartedly. But here's the painful reality. Life doesn't always work that way. That moment of recognition, that long-awaited thank you, may never come. Consider all the moments you've found yourself silently hoping someone would acknowledge everything you've given. Those nights spent reflecting on the endless acts of kindness you've shown, the personal dreams you set aside, the time and energy you poured into supporting someone else's happiness. And yet, how many times has that gratitude simply not come? The emptiness that follows can cut deeply, leaving you questioning your choices, your relationships, and even your worth. This yearning for acknowledgement can become a heavy burden on your heart, a weight that quietly grows, especially as the years pass. The truth is, when we expect recognition from others, we hand over a piece of our happiness, letting it rest in the hands of others. It's a dangerous place to be, waiting on something that might never arrive, making our peace conditional on their words or actions. When gratitude doesn't come, what often takes its place is disappointment, and slowly, that disappointment turns into something darker, resentment. You might find yourself replaying old memories, revisiting past sacrifices, only now with a bitter feeling that those efforts went unnoticed and unappreciated. This resentment can start to color your relationships, adding tension where once there was love. The saddest part? It can even make you question your nature and your natural kindness, making you wonder if all the selfless acts were worth it. But here's a powerful truth: to hold on to the value of your sacrifices isn't determined by whether or not others appreciate them. Those acts of love, the times you went out of your way to make life easier or better for someone else, are a testament to your character, not theirs. They show your capacity for compassion, your resilience, and the beauty of your giving heart. The way forward lies in letting go of that need for external validation. To truly find peace and happiness, you must learn to honor your sacrifices simply because you know their worth, not because someone else acknowledges them. In the end, your life should be defined by your standards, not by how others perceive or appreciate you. And as you grow older, time becomes even more precious. There's so much beauty in living a life free from the chains of others' approval. Imagine the freedom in knowing that your joy, your contentment, and your peace don't rely on anyone else's acknowledgement. By choosing to let go, you give yourself permission to live more fully, unburdened by the expectations or disappointments of others. Accepting that you may never receive that recognition doesn't mean your efforts were meaningless. It's the opposite. It means that you loved and gave from a place of pure selflessness, without needing a reward. This acceptance is a powerful act of love toward yourself. It allows you to hold your head high, knowing that your sacrifices were real, your efforts genuine, and your kindness unwavering, regardless of how others may have responded. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 2 below to let me know that you are still here with me. Now is the time to live for yourself. Be proud of everything you've done, of the sacrifices you've made, not because someone else told you to be, but because you recognize their worth on your terms. Remind yourself daily that your value doesn't hinge on anyone's recognition, but is rooted in the courage and generosity within you. This quiet strength has always been your most powerful ally, and it's always been enough. By choosing to let go, you reclaim your life, setting yourself free to enjoy every moment with a full heart and an unburdened mind. The 5th tip is to stop using your age as an excuse not to change. This may be a difficult truth to accept. Perhaps it even stirs up a touch of discomfort or resistance. Yet, it's precisely this discomfort that points to its importance. How many times have we dismissed a new adventure, a learning opportunity, or a chance to grow with the thought, "I'm too old for that"? Whether it's picking up a new hobby, breaking an unhealthy habit, shifting our mindset, or even daring to love and be loved in a new way, age often becomes a wall we hide behind, a justification for staying the same. But the truth is, as long as we are alive, there is still time to change. This is a liberating realization, a door that opens to the vast possibilities that life still has to offer. It's a common notion, almost a societal script, that after a certain age, growth and transformation are out of reach, that our character and lives are fully formed and set in stone. But let me tell you, this idea is nothing more than a powerful myth. A myth that keeps us chained to a life that's comfortable but unfulfilled. When we allow ourselves to buy into this myth, we fall into a trap of complacency, choosing to believe that life after a certain age is meant for winding down, not leveling up. This misconception robs us of a chance to renew our lives with purpose and meaning. Instead of seeing our later years as a period of stagnation, what if we viewed them as the most potent season for change? We have something now that we didn't have in our younger years: wisdom, a deep understanding of who we are, and a wealth of experiences to guide us. Imagine, for a moment, the opportunities that may have slipped through your fingers simply because you held onto that notion of too late. Think of the dreams you pushed aside, convincing yourself they were meant for someone else, for someone younger or with more energy. Picture the love you could have welcomed into your life, the passions you might have explored, the places you could have traveled, the skills you might have honed, all missed, not because they were impossible, but because you let yourself believe they weren't meant for you anymore. It's a heartbreaking realization, but one that can also be incredibly motivating. It reminds us that it's not age that closes the door on these experiences. It's the mindset we hold about what's possible for us. What most people fail to recognize is that age can be an incredible advantage. With every year comes a new layer of insight, a richer perspective on life, and an understanding that can only come with time. We have lived through challenges, successes, heartbreaks, and triumphs. We've learned about resilience, patience, empathy, and the importance of time itself. These qualities equip us to navigate change more skillfully than ever before. So, if you have dreams or desires for growth, it doesn't matter if you're 50, 60, 70, or beyond. The only thing truly holding you back is the belief that it's too late. And while this belief can feel deeply ingrained, it's a chain that we each have the power to break. In reality, acknowledging this limitation and deciding to overcome it can be incredibly empowering. Instead of allowing age to be a boundary, use it as a foundation, a solid base upon which you can launch into new, uncharted territories. Yes, it might be challenging. It may even be uncomfortable. But think of the courage it took to grow through all the previous stages of life: childhood, adolescence, early adulthood, middle age. Each phase brought its difficulties, and yet you rose to the challenge. Why should it be any different now? Why let this stage of life be any less exciting, any less full of discovery? Imagine what could be possible if you saw your age not as a barrier but as a source of strength. What if you viewed each year you've lived as another tool in your toolkit, each challenge you've overcome as a stepping stone towards greater wisdom? With this mindset, you can make changes that are as small as taking up a hobby you always dreamed of, or as big as completely reinventing your lifestyle. You could travel to the places you've always wanted to see, start that business you once imagined, form deeper, more meaningful connections, or pursue passions that have always lingered in the back of your mind. Even more, changing at this stage of life can be profoundly rewarding. The transformations you make now carry a depth and meaning that can give life an entirely new dimension. You're not changing to impress others, to meet societal standards, or to keep up with anyone else. No, this is a change for yourself. A change that is rooted in self-respect, in the wisdom of knowing that every breath, every day, is an opportunity for growth. As long as you are here, you have the potential to shift, adapt, and thrive in ways that might surprise even you. It's often said that the biggest limitations exist in our minds, not in our bodies or circumstances. The years you've lived are not a measurement of how close you are to the end. They're a measurement of how much life you've experienced, how much you've learned, and how much you have to offer. There is incredible beauty in choosing to make a change at this stage of life because it proves that the human spirit is boundless, ageless, and resilient beyond measure. So, instead of viewing age as a finish line, why not see it as a launch pad? Take every ounce of the wisdom you've earned, every lesson you've learned, and allow them to propel you into a future filled with possibilities. Let go of the myth that it's too late and embrace the truth that every moment holds potential for transformation. Because as long as you're alive, you can continue to evolve, to grow, to find new joy, and to discover new parts of yourself. Embrace it wholeheartedly, and let the years you've lived be a testament not to what you've left behind, but to the incredible journey that still lies ahead. The sixth tip is, don't cling to the past as if it were your only refuge. As we journey through life, nostalgia often becomes a familiar companion. The memories of our younger years, of laughter shared, love felt, and dreams pursued, can sometimes feel more vivid than the present moment itself. It's so easy to get swept away by the warmth of those memories, to retreat into them, especially as we age. They give us comfort, a reminder of who we were and what we experienced. And yes, reminiscing in moderation can be healing. It's part of cherishing life. But there's a delicate balance, a line we must be careful not to cross, for when you begin to live more in the past than in the present, you risk becoming a prisoner of those very memories. Beautiful as they may be, they should not define your current life. How many times have you caught yourself saying, "Back in my day, things were so much better," or "If only I could go back to when I was happier"? This kind of thinking is alluring, even comforting at first, but it has a darker side. It can seduce you into believing that your best days are behind you, trapping you in an endless cycle of longing and comparison, making it difficult to fully appreciate and engage with the present. The sad truth is, when you hold on too tightly to the past, you close yourself off to the endless possibilities that still lie ahead. The present may not be flawless, and it may not have the same magic you felt before, but it is the most real, tangible moment you have. It's here, now, waiting for you to live it. Every time you get lost in what was instead of what is, you risk letting precious time slip through your fingers. Time that could be spent creating new experiences, finding fresh joys, and embracing life as it continues to unfold. Dwelling excessively on what's already gone isn't just a waste. It's a barrier that keeps you from fully inhabiting your own life. Life is finite, and every moment we spend yearning for the past is a moment we forfeit in the present. Imagine the heartbreak of reaching the end of life only to realize how much of it was spent looking backward instead of moving forward. Life is a series of cycles, each one bringing its blessings, challenges, and lessons. The experiences of your past had their time and purpose, leaving a lasting imprint on who you are, but they do not hold all of who you are. Now is a new season, an opportunity to shape new memories, to find joy and purpose in places you might never have expected. You are more than the sum of your memories. You are also the person you choose to be in each unfolding moment, the choices you make with the time you still have. No matter how tempting it may be to relive the golden days, it's important to remember that they played their role. They contributed to the story of your life. But they don't need to be the entire story. The true challenge lies in finding contentment, meaning, and perhaps even wonder in what lies before you. It's natural to feel a twinge of sadness for the things that have passed, for the youth and vitality that may feel just out of reach, but don't let that nostalgia blind you to the beauty of what can still be. Life, even in later years, continues to offer new surprises, new connections, and new growth opportunities. The choice is yours. Will you embrace the world as it is now, with all its imperfections and uncertainties, or will you choose to remain cocooned in memories of what was? Remember, the past is a part of you, but it's not the totality of who you are. Open your heart and mind to the possibility that life still holds remarkable things for you. Experiences you have yet to live, people you have yet to meet, joys you have yet to discover. The future is uncertain, yes, but it is also brimming with potential. To live fully is to take each day as it comes, to look forward with hope, and to believe that meaning and fulfillment can be found in the present moment. Let go of the idea that the best parts of your life are already behind you, and trust that there is still so much left for you to experience. So, let nostalgia be a gentle reminder, a place you visit from time to time, but do not let it hold you captive. Embrace the present as it unfolds. Allow yourself to love this moment, to live in it, to create memories that someday you might look back on with the same fondness you feel now. Life is still happening, and it's calling for you to be a part of it. Don't just watch it pass by. Step into it. The seventh tip is, don't masturbate every day. Masturbation, when done occasionally and in moderation, is a natural and even healthy way to explore one's body and relieve stress. It can help individuals connect with themselves, understand their needs, and find a release from tension. Yet, when it becomes a daily habit or, worse, a compulsion, it often indicates an attempt to escape from something deeper. Perhaps it's a way of avoiding unresolved emotions, filling a void left by loneliness, or even managing dissatisfaction with certain areas of life. Think about it. What is driving you to turn to this habit so often? Many people find themselves in a cycle of frequent masturbation not because it brings long-lasting joy or fulfillment, but because it temporarily soothes accumulated stress, boredom, or frustration. Yet, as comforting as it may seem in the moment, what begins as a simple release can quickly turn into a habit that, rather than filling one's life with meaning, ultimately deepens a sense of emptiness and dissatisfaction. As we age, it becomes crucial to bring balance and intentionality into every aspect of our lives, including how we approach our pleasures. Engaging in daily masturbation may end up sapping your energy, clouding your mental clarity, and potentially creating a sense of isolation from the world around you. This habit can sometimes become an invisible wall that separates us from our relationships with others, replacing genuine intimacy with a self-contained routine. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 3 below to let me know that you are still here with me. If you find yourself relying on this habit too often, it may be worth considering other ways to satisfy your emotional and physical needs, ones that nurture rather than drain. Imagine the joy of a peaceful morning walk, the escape a good book can bring, the excitement of immersing yourself in a hobby, or the comfort of sharing a meaningful conversation with a friend. These experiences have the power to provide genuine, lasting satisfaction that doesn't come with the side effects of a compulsive habit. Instead of filling your life with fleeting moments of pleasure, these alternatives offer nourishment for the mind, body, and soul. Let's be clear, this isn't about demonizing masturbation or advocating for abstinence. It's about moderation and finding a healthier, more balanced relationship with yourself. In fact, by reducing the frequency of this habit, you may unlock a greater capacity to experience pleasure in other forms, discovering new dimensions of well-being that contribute to a more fulfilling and connected life. Instead of using masturbation as an escape or a coping mechanism, it can become one part of a broader, more satisfying lifestyle. Imagine a life where pleasure isn't confined to one act, but is woven into each moment, from the enjoyment of daily activities to the thrill of creative pursuits and the warmth of social connections. Moderation in this area doesn't mean giving up pleasure, it means expanding it. When you're not caught in a cycle of compulsion, you may find yourself more present, more aware, and more capable of embracing life's true joys. It's about finding a rhythm that allows you to enjoy your own company without feeling the need to turn to quick fixes for relief. Through balance, you're not only avoiding the pitfalls of overindulgence but also embracing the possibility of a richer, more connected life. As we wrap up, I'd like to ask you, what have you learned from this discussion? Reflect for a moment on the insights shared here. Is there one idea that resonated with you? One takeaway that you feel you could bring into your daily life? Please share that in the comments below. We'd love to hear your thoughts on what balance means to you and how you might start applying it in new ways. If you found value in this video, please leave your comment below. And remember, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more content like this. Thank you for watching, and we look forward to continuing this journey toward a more balanced, fulfilling life together.